with the lady guest, Brenda. Brenda, what do you say? You know, Femi Chacha said something. He said, I know it's a woman that is ripping the trouser shades. Now, you do shades as women.
Yes.
And of course, that looks like a public school, but I'm not sure if it's a public or a private school. But what do you say about that video and the fact that they're already saying it's a woman that will do that?
And the first thing first, the question is, why was she tearing the trouser? Is it because it's not because what I saw there is not a pencil trouser. It's more like a palazzo thing. So for me, I'll first, yes, what I saw. So I would like to find out, is it because it looks palazzo or something went wrong? Because for a woman to react that way, you know, we women were very sensitive to things. For her to react that way, is it because it's a palazzo trouser or there is a way the boy dressed on it? So there must be something that caused that reaction for her to take a knife or a blade. I don't know if it's a blade or a knife. A scissors to start tearing that trouser. So for me, I'll need to find out why. Because we women don't.
The trouser is not the way the uniform is supposed to be. So that's why she's tearing it out. The trouser is not supposed to be sewn that way.
Okay.
So it's more like a punishment of, maybe I've always told you, this is not how to sew it.
Okay, fine.
So she's right?
No, if that's the case, I guess first warning has gone, second warning, third reminder warning has gone. So that's the consequence for not listening.
So she's right.
So for me, she's right.
Okay. Femi Chacha, we have a commercial, but not now. Let me quickly hear what
I would have wanted my boss.
Okay. Let's hear boss. Boss. Abiodun, please, go on. Let's
okay. There are a number of things I noticed. Number one, like she said, I do not think that trouser is a pencil trouser. Probably that student must have been warned why wear this kind of trouser, maybe first time, second time, and all of that. But then again, what if, I don't know, I'm not speaking for the boy, but what if that is the only trouser? Some students will have two different uniforms, but what if that is the only one that boy had? That means that boy for the next 2, 3, maybe 1 week, will not come to school. Perhaps if the parents can't afford to immediately sew another one. Another thing is, did this teacher take that decision on her own? Was the school principal aware of this decision? So those are some things I think should be looked at. But if it was that the boy had been warned, why wear this trouser? This is not the way we might say, okay, since he has been warned. But aside that, I think more could have been done to find out what if the parents don't have the money to sew another one, and such things. So that means from the next how many days he won't be in school.
So very quickly, if for a fact maybe she's giving out that punishment because maybe she's the one in charge of the disciplinary actions that is being taken on students when they flaunt orders, do you think that was even the right way to go about it?
Well, like I said, that's why I asked the question, was the, even if she was the one in charge, at that point, I think the school authority, the principal should have been in the know. Maybe that was done. We cannot say from here. But again, I want to look at the issue of the parents of the boy. This looked more like a public school. Looked more like a public school. And the parents of that boy may not be in the immediate position to sew another trouser. So that boy is going to be out of school for some days.
Okay, all right. We need to quickly go for a commercial break. Then we'll come back. Let's hear you.
I want to speak as a parent and as a school owner. So I will be looking at it from those 2 points of view. And sincerely speaking, as a parent that also have teenagers as children, I understand that there are some, the first thing I said was that was going to be a woman that did that. Women, older women, 40 plus, that grew up with their own parents' way of parenting. There was a style of parenting when we were growing up, and there's a new style of parenting right now. So you see, that's that bridge. Some of us found a way to unlearn, but it is difficult for women in that cadre to actually unlearn. The way their own parents actually parented them, they like to, it's obvious, a woman a guy can see a lady very, very undressed and just pass a snide comment. But if an elderly woman, she is going to talk sense into her and treat her like the daughter. This generation don't like it, but that was how our own generation was raised. It's not only your parent that has a right to correct you. In fact, when you don't do well academically and you're coming home with your result, it's not only your parent that will check or no. That was how we were raised. So people that belong to that generation or had a touch of parents that behaved that way will actually do what this woman did. I just need to clear. I just need to clear that. And however, there's a need for us to now understand that the pain threshold for the children we have in this 21st century is not as strong as when we were growing up. My mother was well, let me not say was, well, all of us children have grown right now. So, but she was the lion of the tribe of our family. When she sneezes, everybody catches cold. She's talking, she can fling anything, so she came visiting couple of years back and was wondering why we don't do things like that to our own children. I have to sit my daughter down. She expresses herself. We didn't have that opportunity. We didn't have that. We didn't want to see. So I'm saying that there are better ways she could have achieved that, but that is the best she knew.
How to?
Because of the generation that she belongs to. So that even if we are condemning what she did, we have to also understand the background and the psychology about how she did that. But going forward, I want parents, especially those of you that have children, see, you don't want them to grow rebellious. Some of us in our own state that were rebellious, the worst we did was to go home and have friends we can stay with, but we didn't have friends that will influence us into stealing, into addiction. But it is worse in this 21st century that at 12, at 13, you can't fathom the level of addiction these children are going through. So you don't want to do things that will throw your child on the streets. So that's why parents are trying to be at the middle of using the right hand to chastise the child and using the left hand to also drop. So I'm of the opinion that the school should have a policy. It should have a policy that everyone says. In my school, for instance, for inappropriate dressings, after cautioning the child, you invite the parent and the child. So if your dress in the presence of the parent and the child still comes probably with just a day, you already know that the parents are not willing to comply. Then you can now ask them if they want to withdraw. See, if you in the 21st century, if you, especially a boy, that boy should be in his mid-teens, probably 14, 15, from what I have seen. You see, God forgive me, their own generation are so daring that they can do anything to hurt anyone because of their own ego. We will cry about it and our friends will laugh at us and it's all over. But you see these kids, and you know the funny thing, just like I said earlier on, that the threshold frequency, pain frequency is so low. I've seen some of them slid. I lecture in the university. I've seen some of them slid into depression due to the most minor pressure that some of us went through. Why will your parents confiscate your bank account and that's a reason for you to think about suicide? When some of us grew up being broke. We didn't
bank account.
Exactly. Some of us have to trek miles to school because your parents probably collected your car key. Then you're telling me that you are facing depression. So it tells you that gap between us and them, and we must take cognizance of that. So going forward, while the message is right, the method is wrong. That's
okay. All right. Let's read some messages. We have calls. Okay, let's pick this call first. What's the message? Hello. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon. Okay. Maybe you have to call back. If you're listening, you have to call back. We can't hear you. Well, this one says, I'm Daniel from Command, Lagos. My point of view is the trouser is a baggy trouser, which is so wrong within the school premises. We should know that there are appropriate dresses and dressing allowed in a school. I'm sure the boy's parents saw the boy before he left home, so they should have corrected him from home. The teacher is right by ripping the trousers. All right. Well, some people are saying right, some people are like, no, it's wrong. Well, hello, good afternoon. Okay, dropped. Well, for me, I agree with what you said. like you said, what the message is right, but the method for me is wrong. Even then, if we see teachers doing that, we used to be like, must this woman be aggressive? You understand? But you cannot confront her, obviously. You just need to learn. So I think what you said is actually factual. Let's pick this call. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Can you speak louder, please? Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Cynthia. I'm calling from Sarah.
Okay, please go ahead. You want to say something?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I support the other man.
Okay.
The message is right, but the method is wrong. I am also a teacher. No matter how a child is, there's a child that becomes just over character because of parents. I actually work in a private school. So, it's either she's meant to take the child back home rather than hearing that uniform. And that is actually not a private pencil trouser. That's a bad trouser. She's asking the child home. Go back home. Tell your parents to show them in correctly. Not just.
I repeat.
It's actually very, very wrong.
Okay. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for your opinion. Thank you. I agree with you too. I think we can't agree with the method being wrong, but the message is being passed. Well, another person is actually saying that it's right. They should have ripped the trouser. Ripping the trouser is the best way. I think everybody has different opinions on how they want to. Maybe that brother that is saying is right. That brother is from that generation. Mr. Daniel, you're probably from that generation. That's why. But it's fine. It's fine. We can't all get it right sometimes. So let's move on to the next trending story. Well, this one is a man arrested for wearing army trouser. Now, a young man was arrested for buying and wearing an army camouflage trouser, and he was questioned by the police, who assumed he was trying to impersonate an officer. Let's quickly watch that video, and we'll be right back.
Are you a military person? So you went and bought this. What was your intention? To claim to be soldier? To do what now? What is your intention to buy it? Normal and this you saw. You know it's an offense? Yeah? You don't know. Today you know.
All right, welcome back. Why is there every small thing they have carried from? Just the way that teacher was ripping trousers. Somebody has exposed that woman now.
To share.
I'll put that outside there. So this one now, you had, okay, I don't know. Let me try that. I won't start with you this time around. What do you think about that video? Because my thoughts are, you're a police officer. Why are you concerned about somebody wearing a camouflage trouser? Like, is that the job now? Is that what we should be doing? What are your thoughts?
Let me say, while I understand your point of view, insecurity is so high in the country right now, and everyone is getting suspicious. Everyone is suspicious. In fact, on my streets, if we see a strange face, and he or she keeps going and coming, some of us. I'm very confrontational. I go straight to confront you. Please, are you looking for something? Because if we don't address all of these things, they will come back to haunt you during the night when you are supposed to be asleep. Now, with the methods terrorists, bandits have adapted that make most times disguise in military personnel or police uniform. Secondly, with the advent of NSAS, where most of these policemen lost their friends, many of their uniforms and ammunition were carted away. There's that being defensive when they see or sight anything in uniform that they expect is you don't probably belong. There's something they call maybe esprit de corps or so if you don't belong. So now, while their intention, it doesn't all have to boil down to message and method. I don't know if you understand what it is. their intention is actually correct because it would have been worse if it were military personnel that actually stumbled where I have seen them force guys into a gutter to march on them just because they're wearing camo. Yeah, it would have been worse if it were military guys that actually saw that. So I have a problem with the method. Obviously not the message. They can pass that message without actually making it go viral, and the face of the guy is showing. They can also pass that message to let him he may not even be aware of, do you know that we can allow you to live here, and the next 10 minutes you can meet a military guy that will actually deal with you, and it's not going to be what we're talking about. So their message is right. The problem I have with them is the method. Okay.
Abiodun.
Okay, he made a very good point. But also we should understand the environment where we operate. In places like America and some of these foreign countries, it's normal. Nobody will question you, nobody will query you. People have these things like normal. But then again, this is our society, this is our environment. Some of these things, even before the issue of security being what it is, somehow our military, they have that mindset that we are above and superior to you. Who are you? Common, ordinary civilian, bloody civilian to dress like a military man. So there is that notion and attitude of, wanting to permit the use of my word, suppress the ordinary man. So that's even before the advent of the insecurity that we are experiencing. I have seen situations where somebody was beaten for just owning or having a bandana. He tied this camouflage bandana and he was beaten. Yes, that was not this time that we have insecurity issue. So that is the environment, and so people should also understand that angle of the environment and society where we live in, where people treat people some ways that, yes, they are not right, but that is what is on ground. So you also now have to be very careful what you do, where you do it. My daughter has a bag, she's in primary 3 now. When she was in primary 1, primary 2, it's camouflage bag. So one of these days I carried that bag and I went to church with it. Now, not because I wasn't aware of the fact that if some guys see you with this bag, they can beat. But just that day, it was a Sunday, I just used it, carried my Bible and went to church. So one of the pastors in church called me, Brother Abiodun, you know that what you are doing is wrong. What in these guys? And she was right. Since that day, I not carry that bag again. No.
Please don't.
I don't. So we have to be careful. Yes. It is the environment we live in.
Brenda, what do you have to say?
Okay, thank you. What I have to say is, yes, he actually did the right thing. But where I have a problem is this habit of videoing. Why is he doing that recording? To show what? I feel most times the policemen sometimes, permit me to say, they overdo. And why I say so is, you want to correct me that I'm wearing something that I'm not supposed to wear. Maybe I don't even have the foreknowledge that I'm not even supposed to wear it. I think outside Nigeria, sometimes there's caution. They'll call you. You're not meant to do this. This is the correct thing. But Nigerians, we don't do it that way. Mostly the policemen. And that is why people take them for granted. So I think the ideal thing is, you have identified Brenda wearing this. Call me privately, not videoing me and taking it up on social media. What do you want to achieve with that? So that's the videoing and putting it up is where I have a problem.
Yes, I actually agree with you, because that's what I was saying. Like everything now, you see somebody, maybe an accident just happened. Rather than you coming to the rescue, you first bring out
video.
Okay, let's be guided. Let me use that word. Let's be guided. Well, anyways, let's move over to, let's talk about something different now before we pick another trending video. Now, the question is technology really making us human lazy? When I mean technology, talk about the AI chats, the chat GPT. People now don't even sit down. You want to compose a message to your wife. You will go to chat. Why? Is that not causing laziness? Let me even start with you. Because even assignments now, students, they just go to ChatGPT or Chat AI bots, anyone, and just put it there, and the answers just come flowing in, and is it making us lazy? Is it getting us wiser? I don't know. What do you think?
My take on it is AI has come to stay, and I like the fact that we have AI existing now. But it's the use of AI. Some people will just go, okay, I need a script to tell Mrs. Blossom I love you. And if Mr. A comes the same way, I need a script. It's still the same format. So the thing there is, having collected that script, you need to modify it. It's in the modification that brings out the point of difference. That I will not need to know that it was AI. So people are becoming so lazy to use their brain that they need to modify. So for me, I don't think AI is a curse. It's a blessing, but the use of it is where we have a problem. So it falls back to we humans usage.
Okay. Femi Chacha.
Yeah, I agree with her completely. And the truth is, with time, circumstances will now make people to stop using it. I'll give you a good instance. 10 people apply for a job, and like 5 or 7 out of them used AI to modify their CV. With time, it will look, there's going to be a pattern. There's going to be a pattern that is detected. Now, the HR may not tell you, but once you face such discrimination like twice or thrice, you begin to ask yourself questions. There's someone who probably used his mind to draft or probably re-edited and ensure that every of the artificial intelligence part of it is minimized. We will actually have an edge. See, the funniest thing is, I'm in the academia. I understand that there are also sites that you can actually put projects and say it should gauge how many percentage of AI, and it will actually fish out and even give you where those things were lived. So the more people are dependent, the more people in tech are bringing up ways by which we can now define and you use AI. So once it's obvious that they can detect that you used it and you are not using your own intelligence, people will begin to cut down on the usage. So not like it is bad, like you said. I tell my students, when some of us see questions and we solve and put it on the internet, it is from the pool of those answers that AI will actually pick from. So why not join the category of people that are putting the answers there, and they can, with SEO search engine, they can narrow down to you being the one that put it there, than you just willing to just extract because you are lazy. So I'm of the opinion that gradually, abroad they are there already. In Nigeria, we are beginning to adapt where they will tell you, you can know they accept only 15% AI usage, 10% AI usage. Some will even tell you, no, not applicable. So we've not gotten there. But by the time we get there, I'm scared that the laziness would have eaten up into our mental fabric. That is difficult for so many people to now begin. It's even worse when you now have a smart home. A smart home, AI can turn off your light. AI can turn off the tap. I'm saying
my favorite.
It's becoming worse, not because the usage is actually bad, but I'm of the opinion that Nigerians we are very sound intellectually. Let's learn to use it before technology now catches up with us, and then we're not left stranded.
Well, I agree with you. You were saying so. It's Siri. Siri, name me my favorite song. Siri, what day do you think today is going to be? Is it going to be a happy day? Like, Siri has become your best friend. Abiodun.
Yeah, AI is not bad in itself. There was a time it was typewriter. There was a time it became, computer, a desktop. Then it became the laptop, and then, advancements. And I'm sure at some point, those when people began to use computer, those who were used to the manual typewriter will feel like these people are lazy. You should be able to look at them and you are typing. So they would feel like that what's this? But with time, they adapted, they saw the need, and then they adapted, and then went on, and then, things keep improving. So I believe it is the same thing. I mean, before now, the internet became the thing, and then we adjusted and got used to it. We saw the usefulness. Of course, there are people that use the internet for very bad and dubious things. Now it is the age of AI. So there is the good and there is the bad. The question is, where do you want to stand? Do you want to stand with the good or with the bad? Even in standing with the good, do you want the good to make you lazy, like has been established here? It's a choice that you have to make. You have to be able to tell yourself, yes, while I know that this thing is beneficial, it helps to improve my efficiency and all of that, but then there should be control. You should be able to tell yourself where that stops, where your brain should get into the work, where you should be able to tell yourself, okay, I have done the bit I am supposed to do as a human being. Yeah, I think that's what is necessary.
All right. Thank you very much. We have a message, and this one is in reactions to the camouflage. Well, in Nigeria today, the military disrespects common man wearing camouflage, but our so-called celebrities wear this and can never be embarrassed. That's why you call them celebrities. They will even shoot the celebrity and, maybe it's anything for me or something.